We are back once again with another installment of our Visualize Vanguard League streams. We are now on day 5, and don't let the lack of visuals deceive you. We are playing the first lower bracket match of Group A versus Sinag, who will be attacking first, and Timez Ambush, who is defending first on this Haven map. And like I said, don't let the lack of stream visuals fool you. Just make sure you always follow along with the abbreviations at the beginning of the team names. Now for this map specifically, we've got the same comp that Timez Ambush, same comp that I believe Timez Ambush did run this comp previously. I can't recall specifically if they did play on Haven, but I know for a fact that this comp is commonly ran. You know, the Jet Breach. It's a combo that's foolproof, never fails. And on the flip side, we actually see Sinag running a bit more of a comp that I don't really see too often. Killjoy is not very popular on this map no more, and especially Brimstone. One could make an argument or like a case for, you know, the practicality of the Omen over Brimstone. But let's see what Sinag have cooked up for this match tonight. Let's see if they can bounce back from their previous defeat. Yeah, let's see if they can bounce back from their previous defeat and proceed through this lower bracket for a chance to qualify for the elimination stage.
Right there.
Now chat, be sure to make it known if there are any audio issues. I'm running the stream by myself, so just I am absolutely ready to fix it on a whim. And look at that, already we've got both sides basically 5 stacking towards this middle area. See if Tamira or Vert will come out on top in this engagement. Defense actually putting on the pressure a lot more readily than the attack. Tamira already on the jump through, and with the headshot onto Strike, Silver and Bert though clap back with 1 each, and Silver in this corner continuing to grab eliminations with this classic. That was beautiful. Just steadying the shots perfectly for this for this Timez Ambush side, and he will grab the 4th here in this round. What a play from this Omen.
And the goal finally consumed. Peng with the spray picking up blood, and now it's all to blue with 3 eliminations.
Besides the point, I'm not sure what's going on with the replay feature, but no, we'll definitely get that Silver clip to you as soon as possible.
And the goal finally
no, it does not. Anyway, back to our game here. We've got Silver starting us off with the 4K. Very good stuff for this Omen so far. And they're already buying up Guardians. Vert already on the aggressive here with their Sova, while the rest of Sinag actually opt to slowly creep towards Garage. Silver though might be around this corner to receive some of those eliminations. Flash goes live. That is the cue to go in.
Cover going up.
At least 3 players already through the doors. The dash already committed from Tamira as well. Oki around this corner, stunned, battered, and bruised. Still alive though, able to pick up the elimination onto Doms, and the aftershock will refrag that. Nina from the B site, picking up Silver from behind, but it's flanks on flanks. Strike picking up Nina himself. Now we enter a 3v3 situation. Tamira in the power position to try to make this round possible. Ghost in hand against all 3 of those Guardians. Can they steady the shots? Not quite. Vert will be picking up 1. The molly will go live. In
instead of the stall for the fuse. And Tamira, even though they pick up one, will fall, and Vert actually picking up the third in the round. Vert on the aggressive, looking for these attackers who are actually bunched up towards A, rifles in hand, more confident going into this third round of the game. Still though, Strike and Vert are undeterred. Strike actually taking the aggressive corner, the flash coming through. Tamira actually shooting in that corner, but not expecting that Strike is actually holding there. And Doms will be forced back, losing 3 of his teammates right off the bat. Nina, all on their lonesome towards middle. The turret does ping towards the enemy Cypher. But Vert will be the one picking up Doms on the way back. It's all to Nina in a 1v4 situation. Rifle in hand. Shots not quite steadied onto Oki, who only has a pistol. Bonusing from the previous round. And all these guys have to do is hold the spike. It's not much for Nina to do here, getting back into this. Other than probably save the rifle, maybe pick up no one here. Yeah, the headshot's good through the wall. Still though, with 30 seconds on the clock,
caution here.
Not much more for Nina to do. Potshot's trying to predict an angle hold around the corner. Will be contending with Vert, who will pick up another 3K so far this game. 7-0 already. Already 4 rounds in.
Good work. Don't screw it up.
Now Vert making sure to predict the dart that's going to go through from Doms. Yeah, and he's good for it, and that's basically the information gone. They did hear 2 rifles towards long, and Tamira is forced to peek with the Sheriff dry. But Strike will survive, as he assumes the same position he did the previous round. Silver picking up Nina, the lurker here, the person that almost made it look doable in the previous round. Now we come to a standstill. The minute and 5 seconds remaining. Vltsovas consuming the drones for additional information. The rest of the Sinag side venturing towards mid, trying to pick up where Nina left off. Silence
still got it.
Was almost absolutely deafening, but Mitsu picking up the elimination onto no one, and Dom's able to catch Vert off guard. Strike not able to refrag his jet. The shots coming through from the Sheriff, almost good enough for the second. Now we're in a 4v3 situation in favor of the attack. Still though, Doms is so dangerously low, and it's all up to Oki to clear out the rest of these players. They do clear out the tripwire. The shots go wide onto Mitsugaga, but the headshot is ultimately lined up, and Daniela will follow suit as well, and the rest of the defenders finally funneling onto the site. Tamira is forced to pick up the spike, but with 5 seconds left on the clock, has to continue to fight and strike around the corner. Still able to shut down Tamira. No plant coming through, and Doms with 5 health, tucking tail and staying in A. Keeping that rifle into the next round, and it's not looking, so far it's not looking very good for the attackers. The economy and the game definitely not on their side. 1 elimination each for the last 3 players, and a much needed timeout called to try to gather their bearings, to try to analyze the situation that they're in. And on the flip side, Timez Ambush having the game of their life. No one not even having to lift a finger as Vert, Silver, and Strike continue to put in work for their team.
Deep breath.
Now jumping straight back into it, Sinag already grouping towards A. No one listening for the information from his teammates. Vert around this corner, actually forced back by the smoke. Tamira confidently rushing forward as actually no one will join the rest of his team on the side. Flash is good onto Tamira, and the shot from Vert straight to the forehead. And Nina at the same time picking off one player towards B. Can force the rotate. Smoke is good to clear out the dart. And the advance through short is not yet made. Still though. Now with the space, Nina will comfortably nestle in B. As they wait for their team to potentially extract. Because, I mean, if they spot Oki around this corner, this is definitely a C angle. Cypher has been spotted. There might be a call there to rotate to C, but the flash from no one and the slow peek from Vert will probably shut down Nina on this B position. And now it's go time for the attackers. 3v4 situation now, forced to go all the way to A. Mitsugaga and Doms picking up one each. Vert lobbing all the knives they could possibly carry, not landing a single one of them. And all of a sudden the attack is in an advantageous 3v2 situation. Oki making it safely all the way to heaven, but little do they know that lurking down below is Doms. Rifle primed, ready for Vert to come around this corner. Oki needs to land the jump as quickly as possible. The rifle will be claimed, but Daniela and Doms will combine for 2. And finally, a sigh of relief. A sigh of relief from the attackers as they claim their first round. Coming through from the defending side, and the paranoia is really good to stall them out. Still though, TZA not too keen on following up. All they wanted to do was stall it out, strike around this corner, getting forced back by the aftershock. Still landing a little bit of damage. You gotta be scratching your head about that one. Still, Timez making the necessary adjustment. 3 players now on this A site. Silver with an insanely fast peek onto Tamira.
You should run.
Eliminating the jet from the equation. Strike around this corner, trying to lob some shock darts to break this kill, to actually, you know, force the attackers back. Killjoy ultimate's actually a little bit deeper into sewer. And it's a fake. It's a fake. They're all running all the way to C. Oki does hear Nina walk into garage.
They found my wife.
Even though they do clear the tripwire, Vert will immediately be posted up on platform to receive that free frag.
Here.
The stun now coming through to the back of sight, stuck there with no dash. And Mitsugaga's legs spotted under the one-way from Oki. A great enabler there for Vert to pick up a second. The attacking's tempo is halted once again. Oki around this corner might not be ready for Daniela, but still steadies the aim and is able to pick up one onto each Daniela and Doms.
One of my cameras is broken.
And the 5th round will go the way of TZA.
Okay, it's fine. this is a nice spot. This goes here. Yes, this should do. That goes there. Ah, this is a nice spot.
Get out of my way!
The attackers now funneling all the way down to sewer. Strike picking up one. Daniela trading it out. Silver though, good for the trade himself. The teleport coming through will almost get caught. Almost gets caught by Daniela. So many shots going through. So much confusion here. But Tamira finally securing it with the sheriff. No more Blade Storm. Now all of a sudden, as the round began, we're in a 3v3 situation. Oki almost taking out Tamira, but Tamira surviving with a measly 15 health, securing the elimination and the advantage. Now it's all up to Vert to try to open up some space for his teammate on this side. Doms is good for the headshot though, around the corner in Graffiti. Does get blinded, but no one doesn't really have an avenue of approach. Shock Dart as well, some style points. You know, you could see the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater numbers coming up on the screen.
Out of charges.
But no one will be forced to run away with the operator. Yet again, not really hearing much out of no one still though. Only a second round going the way of the attackers. Thrifty round at that. It was their save. Doms and Tamira will live to tell the tale at low HP. And I'm not sure how much of a segue I have into this, but I am I probably never mind.
I need a drop.
Just a moment, chat.
I'm ready. Concussing.
Yeah.
Launching smoke.
Yeah, no, it's you're chilling. You don't have to say anything. I was just making sure. Okay, so plant coming through already from this attacking side. But TZA still have ultimates to get back into this. They've got an orbital strike. They've got the Hunter's Fury. The From the Shadows has already been consumed. Oh, I was definitely looking at the wrong side. It's actually the attackers with those ultimates. Still though, From the Shadows consumed from the defenders. Silver will get picked off. 3v4 situation in favor of Sinag once again. Rolling Thunder coming through to solid defuse. Actually catches the stun onto 3 players. And the orbital strike to almost add insult to injury. And Mitsu will be picking up the final 2. Sora, check your DMs.
Right here. Need equipment. Stim beacon here.
Stim beacon pop for the attack to barrel all the way down long. Stopping a little bit halfway through to make sure they secure some information. Getting some spam through, clearing their angles, and all 5 of these Timez ambush players in the back of the site. So many breach flashes coming out. Not a single player falling so far. Finally, no one stepping up to the plate, picking up 3 eliminations to start us off. Oki with the 4th. And no one finally making himself known this game with a 4K to start us off, to start his game off.
My ult's ready.
The thrifty round will go the way of Timez ambush. No one. Great play out of this breach. The first play out of this breach. The utility has been amazing so far, but I said we needed some frags and he delivered. Stun and blind coming through from this defending side. The counter blind as well though. Mitsugaga unfortunately not following up effectively off of Daniela's blind. Nina around this corner taking a smattering of damage as well though, catching Silver, trying to smoke off C. That's both smoke agents gone right off the bat this round. Tumira picking up Oki up on top of the box. Safely securing the space for the attacking side, but no one's rolling thunder. Will force them back, and Doms able to cover for his teammate with a swift peek. Vert and Strike though picking up one each, and it's suddenly all up to Vert against two very low HP players, and they line up perfectly for a double kill across C long. 7-3 for Timez Ambush, just like that. Again, Vert heating up, wanting to pick up where he left off, making sure to check for the updraft from Tumira. Actually, a common play that Jets make. Even the dart, look at the game sense on this Jet. Effectively covering for Strike, who will walk up for free. But Vert, as much game sense as he has as much greed as game sense, and he will steal that kill away from Strike. Attackers on such a broken buy. They really need any sort of opener back into this round. No one around this corner will fall to Mitsugaga. Paranoia to cover, but still it's a little too late. Flash as well coming through from Daniela to try to make sure Silver doesn't try to refrag this. Smoke from Mitsugaga also comes through. A lot of this utility from the attack focused on this B side. Silver able to recover the trade. No one's trade. Doms and Nina actually picking up one each, and Oki around this corner punishing Daniela for peeking through the smoke. The rest of these attackers will opt to run all the way to this A site with the spike and both ultimates in play. Neural Theft does pretty much confirm it. Now Strike and Oki are forced to wait for this Killjoy's lockdown to tick all the way down to 0. Now the retake may commence. They've got Doms on the site, and even though he does have the Hunter's Fury, he's willing to fight to enable the Killjoy post plant, as to not give the defense too much space. Is he ready though for the double peek from Strike and Oki? He might be peeking this at the perfect time. What is that plant spot? And the defuse starting to come through. Nina's forced to peek to try to pick up Strike, but Doms will be picking up the last two eliminations, and yet again another thrifty this game. It seems like both sides are just coming back from absolute garbage buys, and it's working out. Last round in the half, surprisingly close compared to the beginning. 7-4 scoreline so far. Can Sinag clutch up and make it 5? I know for a fact that Tumira wants to make it 5, and they believe it is doable. But Silver on this corner might have other plans for this attack. 4 players currently just sitting down C long. All the utility coming out at the same time to coordinate this take. Silver with a perfectly timed Paranoia able to catch Doms with their bow and arrow out. Tumira around this corner could cause so much trouble though. Silver with the teleport. Cyber Cage providing sufficient cover, but Silver is kind of on an island. He needs to walk into the smoke to try to get some eliminations. Picking up Daniela! Almost picking up Tumira. The body shot's not quite going his way, but Oki managing to pick up the flank. The lurk. Around the corner is Vert with that Blade Storm online, and the flank finally from no one comes through, picking up Tumira, missing the shot onto Mitsu, but Oki will be the one to grab the final.
elimination, and we are in an 8-4 score line in favor of TZA.
Hello?
I'm now joined here by Vivid's Mingo,
Switching sides.
Hi
who will
guys.
proceed, who will continue to co-cast with me for the remainder of this game. Not sure if you can see the screen, but
Oh, yeah, you're
the
good.
screen share, okay. Also, Discord on my phone's dying, so I'm not sure, so my DMs are not coming through. This is the perfect time for Discord to die, honestly.
Oh, you're good. Looks like we have a little bit of a default coming from attacking side here.
It's very interesting because, I mean, on pistol, you do want to try to focus down a sight. I've seen it before. I've seen it like be pulled off. You know, anything can happen. It's Visualize Vanguard League, but at the
They're
same
maybe trying to
time,
gather some info
it's
here.
not recommended.
Hmm?
Shadows traveling.
One's getting a good lurk up mid here. I wonder if Breach is gonna catch him though.
Shadows.
I think that Doms might have this before Daniela, actually. Look at this Sova's positioning. They're just inching forward. They're trying not to give away too much. And Silver being here is just such a pain point for the defense. They really need to try to do this Omen, like, due diligence. And the other defenders are just holding a crossfire for Sewer. That means that Long is pretty much open. Strike's dart does land inside the smoke. But still though, they are able to walk through. Tamira and Daniela picking up one each, and the stun coming through for Tamira to get yet another, and a flawless round coming out already from Sinag. It looks like defense might be their more comfortable half, but it is just the pistol.
Yeah, that insert on A really helped them gather that info for the perfect retake. I think the Jet could hear them grouping up in lobby.
Why is Dinah in chat talking to me? Dinah, I run your league. No, I'm kidding.
Keep up. Oh.
Okay. Alright, look at that. More of a focus towards mid this time from the attack. Their guns aren't the best. And Nina around this corner might be able to just mow them down if they run through smoke. Still though, they don't seem to care. No one almost dying to the aftershock. And the camera coming in just in time to spot Mitsu going through the smoke. And it's go time for the attack. Flash coming through. Spam from no one. Paranoia coming through as well. But they don't seem to be too interested on taking B just yet. Smoke fades away. Silver taking the space. Vert with a headshot onto Doms, but not before strike falls. Nina and Daniela picking up 2 each. Daniela picking up 3. And the defenders have won once again, thanks to their better weaponry and better positioning. But now Timez ambush is on their first buy. Let's see how Sinag handles this.
I need a drop.
Got their recon dart coming through. Cypher avoiding that. Looks like they're going for another default.
Not a single body on window. Very interested in exploring C, it seems, but I mean, immediately tucking tail. Literally just making a little bit of noise and kind of hopefully baiting a premature rotate. Still though, it seems Sinag is undeterred. And Tamira is relatively safely planted behind this box. Silver with the spike
Could work out really good in Jet's favor here.
might actually throw away the advantage. Not quite yet. I mean, Tamira is not looking to follow up with a second. They will be able to reclaim the spike, but the pick does go the defense's way. Good play by Tamira there.
Strike around this corner, trying to make it worth his team's while. Mitsugaga, though, will be receiving that, and probably the Phantom, because, I mean, the
30
attack
seconds
isn't
left.
really too keen on refragging that. Now Timez finally shifting their focus back to see where they know Killjoy resides. Clearing out the turret. Camera to try to spot out some utility. Around this corner is the alarm bot, which will get cleared out. Vert will be able to run through. Mitsu will be picking up no one from inside the smoke. And it's all up to Vert, all alone on the site. Mitsugaga with 3. And Sinag with a 7th coming back into this game.
I would really like to see them change up the pace a little bit here. The defense is just on that for the retake.
I agree. I think personally that Timez are playing this a little too slow, and it just feels like they're trying to make space in different parts of the map, but it feels like their comms are misjointed. Now they seem to have realized that as they all gather towards A as 5. They do have they do have a lurk on second thought. And they will clear out the dart, but that's a lot of information for Dom still. He heard at least 3 guns being fired. All that utility to keep them at bay as well. And the dart once again inadvertently going into the Omen smoke. It's meant for heaven. Omen smokes will eventually fade away, and the attack is once again at a standstill. Forced to wait out the longer lasting brimstone smokes. And here is the time to get a pick. Tamira around the corner will be picking up no one. Always good for 1 seemingly. Silver though with a quick trade. And the call is made for at least 1 player to rotate to this A side. Meanwhile, the attack happily repositioning. Going to focus on B instead. Hopefully they notice his Killjoy utility before it's too late. Able to clear out the Nano Swarm. Vert actually picking up Nina as well. But the stun is so good for Mitsugaga's peak. And Daniela, Doms, and Mitsu, his namesake, picking up 1 each. It's all up to Oki with just the Sheriff in hand. And it's looking like an 8-8 so far this game. Attacker-sided map seemingly not going the way of Timez ambush. It feels like both teams are just way more adept at defending.
I think a timeout would help them a lot here and just kind of like gather some info together, because they just kind of seem like they're not on the same page, and I would really like to see a switch up.
I know you probably weren't here for the first half, but like I want to say to Sinag's credit, at least they were able to plant the spike a few times. It seems that Timez has not been able to like break through a site once. 4 rounds immediately lost. And even though they are gonna group up and split C finally, like try to focus on one side instead of just doing too much in terms of like, you know, noting positions, they're finally through on the site. Tempo change has been made. And the Killjoy utility has been cleared out. And now it's time for the rest of these TCA players to clear through Garage. Now we're in a 5-on-5 retake situation. Flash coming through for the defense, and what a shot from Strike! And the immediate switch through to the shock dart that looked really clean. And Doms and Mitsugaga once again cleaning up, and it's all up to Mitsu, who will be picking up Strike after they get 3 eliminations, and the 9th round will go the way of Sinag. Comeback story incoming, it seems like.
What a round, honestly. I think it's really hard for them to get on site. They have so much stall util. Like, they have the KJ mollies, the Brim molly, they have all of the breach util.
Right here.
So it's gonna be a tough half for them.
And that timeout you mentioned finally coming through. Finally a much needed 1-minute conversation on the pacing of their game, on their game plans. And I mean, this is definitely where you start to question, like, you know, I mean, we're clearing the Killjoy utility, but they're still stalling us out, but they're still getting kills, but we're still not ready for fights. You know, I don't know. I think they have all the right ideas, but they're just going about it the wrong way. And
yeah, I think baiting out the KJ util here would also be huge, like a nice shock dart coming in early in the rounds. could make a huge difference on the info that they're gathering on the defense half.
I definitely hope that they're at least discussing using up their shock darts to indeed clear more utility. Because I think specifically if they stop Nina from getting value in every single round, they could at least plant the spike more often. And considering Sinag is 4 rounds away from winning the game, they need to do that now and fast.
Yeah, and they both have some massive round-changing ults here, so I'm excited to see how this round turns out.
Need equipment. Thanks.
Vert popping the Blade Storm right off the bat. They're sending it all the way through to Seaside, trying to take Nina
Early
out of the
pick on
equation.
KJ.
Early pick on the Killjoy. And Mitsugaga still around this, still inside the smoke, trying to spam through with the combat stick. Paranoia will keep him at bay,
Spike planted.
and he will opt to wait for the rest of his team. The retake already coming through from the defense, taking as much early space as humanly possible. Orbital strike as well, forcing the side players to peek. Timira, Daniela, and Timira picking up 1 each. And they have to
They
depend
have a pretty
on
strong
Silver's
post plant
flank
here. They have Sova already.
Mitsugaga taking some body shots from Silver in Garage here. Doms around this corner could actually put a stop to the continued stall from the attack. And Doms, good as always so far this game, steadying both shots, picking up both eliminations. And we're at a 10-8 scoreline. Not a single round picked up by Timez Ambush so far. Considering it was an 8-4 half, this is definitely something you don't expect. To their benefit, at least they did get a couple of spike plants, but they're just not able to consistently hold against Sinag's retakes.
It looks like they have the read on the A hit here. They left C completely open for retake.
The lean is definitely there. Silver picking up 1 onto Timira. Will Vert expect bombs around this corner? The peak is a little scuffed, but Vert will be able to steady the shots. Fault line coming through, and updraft and dash as well to, get the forward positioning. Smokes will fade, but the plant will still come through. Daniela with the Rolling Thunder to stall out the plant and the Aftershock towards Hell to try to get someone out of position. Shots onto no one are good. Strike as well falling to Daniela, and Nina around this corner will fall to Silver and trades back and forth. Daniela with 3 so far this round. Has to stick to the fuse, smoke coming through, and Oki is forced to fight back here. And yet again, not a single round will be picked up by the attackers. The 3rd spike plant this half, but the 7th round loss in a row.
Their retake here is just super strong with the breach. It looks like he's saving a lot of his util for the retake, which is really good on the defense side.
And I kind of doubted the Brim pick, but you mentioned stall utility, and it feels like Brim specifically is also a large part of why these retakes are working out. I think the smart management of utility is definitely working in their favor. Now Timira picking up the op, kind of adding insult to injury. The shot will not go his way. Honestly, I'm sorry, Timira. I don't know what pronounced is. But yeah, no, Timira not picking up the elimination. Will be shooting out the drone. Unfortunately, does get spotted and forced back. The Rolling Thunder now coming out from the attackers. Vert trying to take space. Will pick up Timira before they could smoke themselves for cover. And once again, the attackers have sight.
I know exactly where.
Hunter's Fury coming through, landing onto Strike, almost following up onto Noah, and 80 damage secured. But now we're in a 4-on-4 situation. Aftershock coming through from Daniela and the Flash early on to try to get an early peek before the rest of the team funnels through. Vert in Hell still is a bit of a problem for the retake. Flash coming through once again to try to allow them to take some space. But Silver around this corner could be like to get some massive frags. Nina though with 2.
making sure to keep their eye on short. And before the spike could tick down to the detonation, a 12th round will go the way of Sinag.
Honestly, what a retake. I think what I would really like to see is like more people on site with that jet. Holding like the cross there could really be beneficial. Like they have the breach for util on that CT. They're just not using it. I don't know. Their retake's just looking really good this game.
What's even worse is that Nina has lockdown. So unless they somehow find a way to completely mess it up, this last round is for sure in the bag for Sinag. Need I remind you, it was an 8-4 half. And even the dart coming through not providing sufficient information for Timez. They have to just hold back and wait for people to peek. Give them the satisfaction. And Tamira picking off their lurking Cypher is definitely not a good sign. Mitsu around this corner, ready for Vert it seems, but no one is ready for him.
Here.
Dash finally coming through to B. Doms will fall, but Daniela and Nina picking up one apiece. Vert though still good for yet another. The teleport from Silver coming through. Now we're in a 2-on-2 situation, but Nina's lockdown is still online. Unless they decide to take a fight right off the bat. Vert with the shot and the paranoia coming through. Stalling out Tamira, who has to retake 1v2 with this operator. They can't afford to lose this round, but I think Tamira is keen on putting this to bed. Smoke coming through to cover up Vert. Might isolate the fight onto Silver, but still the frag goes his way, and we're at a 9-12 scoreline. Finally, the first round, the first Elim win going the way of Timez Ambush. Honestly, good call. Good. Even though Nina does, I mean, you know, die pretty quickly in that 2-on-2, they still do have the Killjoy ultimate in play. They still have that that ticket to a free round. All they gotta do is make sure that they lock into the very end.
Yeah, this is definitely winnable. We've seen this happen lots of times in esports. I'm really excited to see if we get an OT match here.
OT match. Honestly, I could call it an unpopular opinion. I genuinely don't think this is going to OT, especially since Daniela now has the Rolling Thunder. Now, all the attackers have to contend is a Blade Storm, which sure is accurate while running, but how accurate are your shots gonna be while stunned?
Here.
Shots coming out from Nina, picking up Silver. Strike might be able to come around this corner to clear the Killjoy lockdown. Finally spotted out. They spam it. And the flash is coming through from Daniela to allow Doms to peek. Picking up one. Fault line coming through to keep Strike at bay. But Oki still in C window. And all of a sudden we're in a 2-on-3 situation. But Oki is so dangerously low. Daniela needs to pop the showstopper, and they need to pop it now. Strike around this corner falling. And the up onto Vert, but still the spike defuse could come through. Vert versus missing his shots. Oki though around the corner will stall it out just enough.
What a round. I mean, that was great, them taking space up CT. That's exactly what I wanted to see, was them fighting, taking more space after they get the spike down. That was a great round for them. And they got 2 of those massive ults out of the game, so that's definitely a huge round for them.
Oh, and I mean, Sinag has officially lost their ticket to victory. They could still come together and secure this last one, but Timez Ambush is finally starting to build back some momentum. They said 8 rounds in a row is enough. We're here to play the game. We're done letting you guys play. And I mean, the pick onto Silver isn't very encouraging, but Vert's refrag definitely is. Dom still has this forward position. If someone tries to come through window, they will be punished. But Daniela is forced to fight off the entire army of Yugoslavia. Will fall valiantly in battle. Now we're in a 4-on-3
This round
retake.
is looking very beneficial for TZ here. They have Sova ult as well to delay the fuse.
If Strike plays the proper position instead of playing aggressive on site, that is definitely something on the cards. Still though, Strike doesn't care about what I say, and doesn't care about playing protocol, and will pick up DOMs as they flank. The round is looking done and dusted in favor of Timez.
Enemy remaining.
That kill from Oki, as well as the second.
What a shot. I mean, if they can secure this round, that will be very huge for TZ here. They have a lot of ults to do it, so.
We're 11 to 12. This is definitely not. This is definitely not a turnaround I expected. I mean, you would have thought that Timez ambush would have just, you know, put the game to bed. You know, like won 5 rounds in a row, like finished us off. But now, the way Timez is playing, we are gonna be seeing overtime for the first time tonight on the very first map, the very first match of Group A lower bracket.
They just really needed that round, that momentum, get them back up.
Get out of my way.
Nina just has a Spectre.
Bomb grenade out.
Bert with the Blade Storm out is so threatening. Nina is so blind. And Mitsu just has a shotgun inside the smoke. The rest of the team not much better either.
Spike planted.
Got 2 Bulldogs and a Phantom going up against
They're going for a huge post plant here too. The Sova ult.
Finally, Strike is playing protocol, despite my wishes.
Dim beacon down.
It's 5 players down long. The rest of the team need to take through. The op on Vert is so scary.
Molly.
The rest of the defense is trying so hard to get someone on this defuse. And Silver in Garage able to pick up Doms trying to counter the Sova ult. Tumira and Daniela picking up 1 each, but the bomb is ticking down so far away. Can Tumira stall out enough for Daniela? For Daniela to stick to the fuse! And what was that from Tumira? The play to enable the breach to stick the defuse all the way. And despite Timez Ambush's greater wishes, despite the momentum shift, they're able to clinch the game, and it's a 13-11 scoreline in favor of Sinag. After a very short intermission, we're going to be going to our second map, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Is it on?
What's good? Good once again, chat. We are back with the Times Ambush versus Sinag game here in our Group A lower bracket for the Visualize Vanguard League. That's a lot of big words for me to say, but I'm here to say them all to you live on this Esports Visualize channel. My name once again is EonXZ for those who don't remember. And now Sora came in clutch and got the graphic up and running. We've got Sinag so far taking the lead with the first map Haven in the bag for them. After a bit of a hiccup that halted their reverse sweep momentum, they were able to clinch it 13-11. Times Ambush, on the other hand, have more to prove. They need to win Lotus here in order to continue to have a chance in this game. And going into Lotus is going to be, I think, a very important map for them to keep them alive in this tournament. As you may recall, once you get to the lower bracket in the group stage, you are at risk of elimination if you lose your second game. In terms of team comps, we've got the Breach coming out for No One, a pick I like on this map. No Gecko from either side. Silver on the Tejo, popular pick on this map. Astra for Strike. Oki on the Killjoy. No Cypher from either side either, but that never really stopped anybody. What's interesting though is I want to highlight the Vice Solo Sentinel. Even though Vice specifically has become a great pick on a lot of maps, I'm not entirely sure of their capability as a solo Sentinel. To make up for this though, they do have the Fade. They do have Doms on the Fade rather than the Tejo. Oh, whoops, I forgot to switch the views. But yeah, they do have Doms on the Fade rather than the Tejo. And Mitsu on the Smokes once again. Daniela on their trademark Breach. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. We've got a Raze Breach dive comp from either side, but a variety of utilities will be thrown out in this map.
Placing alarm bot.
Already we see the setup for Times Ambush to take the A space, both salvo rockets and the fault line being consumed to that effect. Meanwhile, the attacking side opting to lean towards C. Silver here with Oki providing the stealth drone to as well as the information, allowing the rest of the team actually to rotate early on. But Nina's Lurk once again causing problems for TZA's defense formation. Picking up one, will fall to No One, and Oki's swarm grenades will be claiming Tumira on the approach.
Right there.
As the dust settles, we're in a 3v2 situation in favor of the attack. Daniela has taken quite a bit of damage, but the paranoia coming through for this attack to take an aggressive fight. Still though, it works in favor of the defense. Silver and No One will be steadying the shots, allowing No One to pick up the defuse, and a combined total of like 60 health carrying them to the finish line, and the first round goes their way. Let's hope we don't see a strong start, and let's hope we don't see a strong start and a fumble when they get to the attack side, especially on the other map that's largely considered attacker sided.
Behind me.
Once again, space being made towards A. This time, no. Actually, Salvo's still consumed. Vert now planted on to rubble, making sure to hold that angle to maintain that position and to play for noise. Meanwhile, the rest of the team actually split up, a buddy system being employed, forced to save. Again, a bit of an interesting decision to pair up and splinter off to different avenues of the map when you just have classics. So far this series, we've seen insane things happen when either side has just a classic in hand. You know, we've seen a lot of thrifty rounds in the previous Haven game. Still though, that doesn't look like that'll be happening as Oki and no one pick up one each. Strike with one himself onto Tamira, who walked through on B, and it's just Daniela here on B, forced to sit inside a little pocket that the salvo missiles, the missile salvo has created, and Silver will be the one to pick up the last one, and it's a flawless round for TZA. Once again, 2-0 on the board for this team.
I am here.
Welcome.
I was here when it was like 1-0 and the round started, but I didn't want to interrupt Eon, so.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What do you think of what you're seeing so far?
Well, I mean, for me, like, I mean, I like to judge off of the first couple rounds, but at the same time, it's like, it's 2-0 now that this is their bye round. We really get to see their strats and stuff come into play. Because just around, I've seen people go 2-0 and then just win the whole game after that. So it's hard to judge off of the 2 rounds, but now we're getting into this bye round here. We're gonna see. It looks like they're going for C push here though.
Samira already coming through the double satchel, getting punished by Silver Spectre. Teleport coming through from Mitsu as well, a bit premature. Oki able to pick that one up comfortably, but Doms, as the smoke fades, trading out his fallen comrades. Nina still with the lurk is such a nuisance for TZA. Still not giving them the satisfaction of a fight. Silver with
last
the
person
Phantom
left.
picking up 2 more. And, I mean, both flashes coming through, fault line coming through, Nina actually narrowly avoiding it. Strike expecting them to be stunned around this corner. Still, though, the shots are good for Strike. 3-0 so far for Timez Ambush. It's looking a lot like the previous game where they got super ahead, and then Sinag won a couple of rounds, and then they eventually won the game. I hope that I'm not.
Hopefully it's a different story. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's a
I hope
different
I'm not
story
right
this time.
about that. I hope I'm not right about that.
That'll work.
Coming in here, I'm pretty sure on the side of Sinag they're on the save round. So let's see how they play the save round. Maybe they really want to win this round. Maybe they try to play weird, play in the corner, take close range fights, and get a couple of right clicks to hopefully take a couple of guns, take advantage of it.
And again, this seems to be such a standard play for teams to take space towards rubble. No one this time planted here instead of Vert, who will actually opt to rotate all the way to C.
3 outside of A here. If they swing them together, they might be able to overwin with maybe only 1 down, but we'll see. Goes the flash, doesn't go.
Oh, the aftershock.
Gun here though, he's kind of trapped with his aftershock. He has to peek him, and just a, I mean, good aim, but also just a gun diff, honestly.
That's true.
I mean,
I think any other gun in that situation that's like weaker than a Guardian, he definitely can't pull that off. Now the rest of his team is here, holding the space. Aftershock as well for good measure. Smoke as well. They didn't quite spot Doms around this corner. He could still, you know,
they're coming in the flank
very
though.
annoying.
Do they know? Do they know they're coming in on the flank? Do they know they're getting flanked by 2 people? Not to mention, do they have a? I don't think they have anything to watch flank at all either. And it doesn't really matter if they're flanking or not. This round's basically over. Nina being left alone with the share. He might go for the knife. Oh no, he just goes for. Me too, also flanking. But he could have got 1 there, but ultimately defenders do win. TZA up 4-0. They really need to win this buy run here on the side of Sinag, because if they don't, they're going to go into another save, and then the momentum of TZA is already on their side. Why is the map? What's it called? Oh.
Yeah, no. Someone someone paused the match timer for some reason. So I just went ahead and unpaused it. Yeah, no, he meant to call. Yeah, okay. I get it. He meant to. The coach meant to call a timeout for Sinag. They inadvertently paused the game, but that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It happens.
I don't think it's BM at all. At least that wasn't the intent. But yeah, no, much needed timeout for Sinag to again regather their spirits, try to just get back into this game. They were in a similar situation last game. It was a 4-0 deficit. They were able to clinch 4 rounds, but you know, luckily for them, knowing that it's not over yet, they can still get back into this. They still have a chance to take Lotus home, or even force, or even just, you know, make Timez panic a little bit, you know.
Also, ladies, it was hard for the delays earlier. While there's nothing going on around, I would like to apologize. We had a couple of family issues we had to take care of.
Oh, you're absolutely
which led
fine,
to
my man.
there's the GOAT Eon coming in clutch and streaming for me.
Luckily, you have me.
Indeed,
Who has absolutely no life and OBS always on.
Ready to go. Right here, getting pushed on Rubble. He's not able to pick up the pick on Mitsu. Mitsu not getting traded by Strike. Oh my god, we're just having a trade battle. Everybody's getting traded back and forth. But ultimately, oh my gosh, it's another fight. Just instant action around. How far are we into the round? Just
It hasn't even been 30 seconds, Sora. We've already seen 2 picks from either side. Plant coming through as well, not a good sign for the defense. It's go time. And the Rolling Thunder coming through from no one. The counter from the attack. No one soaring there for a second, thinking he's Jet.
And again,
another stun onto Doms. In a bit of trouble, but Daniela able to steady both eliminations. 3K on the round, the stun on Silver is good. And the 4K coming Daniela's way. And the first round achieved by Sinag in beautiful fashion. Daniela.
If there was any way that TZA spirits and momentum would pick up, not TZA, Sinag's, that would be the way. I don't know what they said in that timeout, but that whole round was just straight pressure and aggressiveness. Like, util beautifully used. I think 2 breach ults used that round on top of the stuns.
In the name of everything, like, I hope at least after this round I switch over to the instant replay screen and it shows the 4K. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to contend with yet another A space take, yet another contest from the attack. So much utility being invested here on this rubble area. This blind from Mitsugaga to try to keep them back. Tamira trying to use the movement to make some space, but Vert and no one good for all 3 eliminations. It's all up to Nina and Doms.
I love how they just played together there, because no one was in a really bad position, and the fact that he had help from his teammates ultimately decided how he got out of that situation. But it looks like he's not gonna get out of this one as Nina picks up the pick on him.
There's so much
flank
utility
coming a little bit late.
There was so much utility from Silver to stall out Nina, but they're still getting away with that one there.
Like they're gonna end A here. They do have tail ult. They are popping it indeed.
Yeah,
Let's see if he can get a pick off of their re-rotation. He caught him off guard.
Down A.
Now it's a 2v1. All they gotta do is play together. Nina though, going up there, they definitely heard that. I don't think they're gonna let her run away.
30 seconds.
Now they're gonna go to she's gonna go to lobby. She's gonna go all the way through spawn. But yet again, they know exactly where she's at. So let's see how she plays this. Or they, them, he, she. I fly like a bee. You don't know nowadays. No disrespect.
10 seconds left.
Nina planting here. She does. They do have ult here. I don't think she's gonna pop it though. Oh. And Silver ultimately picking up last kill. By the way, if I say she, I'm talking about Vice, because usually I go off of the
character, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I try
Not meaning to.
Yeah, no, I try to keep pronouns out of my mouth as much as possible. I don't know any of these players. Like it's good that you use the agents as metrics, but I just avoid using pronouns as much as possible.
they them is the most the most like even net neutral thing. I think it's the best term to use, but you know, it just kind of rolls off the tongue, especially when you're in the heat of casting. You know, we're all human. Random chat shout out. Hello, Psycho Kitty. I see you put a couple emojis in chat. We also have another TZA member in chat, or TZ member in chat supporting. Bit of a stalemate here. Smokes are going up on A though. Going up on stairs. They have it kind of just like they're running a default here. I just realized they spawn. The spike is in spawn. Still over here picking up one. Again, TZA here on a save. Not again, but one of their rounds, and not TZA, Sinag. Silver picking up one on Nina. Look at this setup here. They look like they're gonna end up on B. On the side of TZA, they are pinging that they are on B, so they're gonna know that they're gonna end there. Not really much. They're kind of just chilling. Maybe they're faking it. I do not really know what's going on here. They're watching flank. Oh, there you go. We do indeed have a camera switch. Okay, there we go. Two more here. Running that boom bot. They do have ult, but I don't know if they're gonna use it on save round. Awkward omen smoke here. Just to cover plant. Right here on heaven. Honestly, you can peek out and get one. He did get one. He might be able to get two here. They do have the gun advantage, so they might get a little aggressive here.
Last player standing.
And ultimately, it's just a clean sweep by TDA here, just because of the gun advantage. But now we go into a 6-1 round here, where they hopefully have enough money to buy. And if we look at their ults, we have Fade, Omen, Buys, and Raze. They can really hit a site hard with that, and they can maybe just kind of try to farm Breach's ult. He's a little bit away, but they get his ult orb. They get the plant down with him. He gets a pick, you know, between the rounds. They'll be able to have their ult around maybe next round or the round after that. They'll be able to hit the site fast with that. On side of TCA here though, Oki has their ult. They have a KJ, Astra, and Razel. Interesting. See how they implement that into their game plan. Two more here, lurking up. B. Looks like they're gonna try to end heat. The fatal comes in, but they did it too early. No one was there, but it's okay. They just did it to clear sight. The Razel is now popped. Are they gonna get any value out of their ults for, I guess, 100% clearing? Oh, me too. Oh my goodness, with the Astro. Amazing work by me too. Daniela here, kind of chilling, waiting for somebody to rotate through here. I don't think they expect him, but he might get timing. She did. And now Daniela, Daniela's just taking over.
The boombot picking up the last one. Still though, yeah. Great play by Mitsu and nice follow-up by Daniela to get them that second. Spike planted both times. It's definitely some healthy moves for their economy. As far as Timez ambush is concerned, they have the funds, you know. Losing that round there isn't the end of the world. They still have a bye. It's losing this next one that's gonna cost them.
Indeed. It's actually gonna cost both teams, whoever loses this round, obviously because you're going down around, but just because of an economy standpoint. And Raze goes past all of the util just with the spray.
Yeah, gem primaries are such a pain in the butt. And Mitsu as well picking up Strike, who was trying to go on a long flank there.
Spike planted.
Unfortunately,
Bert trying to find one here, and they
just get caught on sight with his pistol out. And now the defense has to unpack a 3v5 formation. Look at all these players on Dune. Look at 3 of them just sitting back there, and the flank watch as well. And Dom's around the corner with the utility in hand. After shock to try to force someone out of the corner, that's not there. And still that Vice Flash is still in play. They don't realize that that pedal is there. The flash coming through. Vert though picking up one onto Mitsu. And the Rolling Thunder coming through to try to stall them out. I think that they've got it. Daniela picking up one, adding insult to injury once again. And the second elimination. And the third round going their way.
That was an amazing post point by the side of Sinag there. They didn't, and the thing was, you might think it might be stupid. Oh, why are they all stacking up a mound there? But the thing is, right, unless they know you are all mound, that's a really good play because from the side of TZA, they don't know, right? So they're having to constantly re-clear sight and re-clear waterfalls and watch all these choke points, watch flank because you don't see anybody else, but you see maybe 2 or 3 people main there. And the fact that they were all main kind of wasted a little bit of seconds on just them having to re-clear things. And obviously with the Yuto spam coming in to secure the post plant.
Space taken towards A. This time Strike is the one walking all the way through. That stealth drone provides really good information. Stun as well coming through, trying to make him think that they're gonna fight. In the meantime though, Vert and Oki managing to walk all the way down C main. Vert will be traded out. Vert will be traded out for Doms. And the attacking side is now trying to untag this A side. Silver around the corner, does take a shot to the body. The fault line will be missing. Strike. Is Tamira ready for him around the corner? Yes, they will be. The jiggle peek actually making sure to do due diligence of clearing it. And Mitsu as well with the timing on B. And now we're in a 2v4 once again in favor of the attack. This is starting to look very familiar.
Gosh, wait. Mitsu, all they expected
And
though.
the attempted pop and swing from Mitsu. A bit overcooked. No one catching them.
I seen the vision. With the paranoia and everything and the TPs. I seen the vision.
You do own an org called Visualize. I understand where you're coming from.
Okay, here. Kind of just looking past. They do have KJO online. Not sure if they're going to try to use it this round, but...
I don't think it's
economy
worth.
wise.
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
worth.
I don't think it's worth, especially in the 2v3, unless they get one more. But even then,
Player standing.
and yeah, ultimately, they just fall to the hands of Sinag.
Yeah,
Now,
no. That pick by Daniela pretty much sealed it. I mean, Tamira didn't even need to peek there, but Nina, or excuse me, not Nina. Oki also swatted away.
So we're looking at a 6-4 here. Maybe we might see a 6-6 half here because it seems that Sinag have a lot of momentum, and they've been after. I think did they call a timeout? I think after the timeout they've been coming out like guns blazing, just really playing really well. I don't know what was said in that timeout, but it obviously was some very useful information or some very encouraging words.
Strike clearly not doing his homework, not expecting Nina around the corner. Has been lurking B pretty much every round. And no one around this corner!
Oh my God.
Fighting for his life, picking up 2, falling to Doms, and Nina, the lurk will come
One
through.
enemy remaining.
Daniela narrowly avoiding the Armageddon as Doms picks up yet another, and it's all up to Oki once again, forced to hold on to this lockdown
Spike
for a rainy day. Just a classic and a Bucky in hand. Will they try to get back into this, or will they just pick up a gun and save? It's looking like it's gonna be the latter.
I might have jinxed Sinag there by talking about their momentum and how they've been playing well because I mean not jinx Sinag, kind of spoken into existence because it seems like they're just kind of running over TZA here. Oki does indeed pick up one. I don't think he's gonna get a little fight. I don't think he's gonna get thirsty. May just chill here, maybe look for an exit frag and try to get out.
Yeah, good on Daniela to hold the fault line there for off the info at least to stall him
Last
out.
round before the switch.
But I mean, there was no way for Oki into that round anyway. The time was too far gone. And Timez Ambush now calling their first overtime of the game. 1 round before the second half, they're trying to make sure that they stick the landing, make it 7-5. And hopefully carry over that lead to a map win. Meanwhile, Sinag staying as resilient as ever. Now 5 rounds into this game, 4 rounds won in a row.
Indeed.
I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. I like how both teams are like fighting back
and it's not one-sided. But if you're Times Ambush, you're a little upset about the outcome of this game so far.
Indeed, and I wonder, is Time to Ambush falling? Are they falling under pressure? Because, you know, you think about it. This is losers bracket, meaning you lose this map, you lost 2-0, and you're gone. Like there's no second chance. This is your second chance. So, I wonder if that's playing a factor into anything here. Oh, 6-5. Last round before swap. We currently pre-round start have 3 ults online, 2 on the side of TZA here, KJ and Breach, and 1 on the side of Sinag, which is just an Omen TP. Looks like they're looking to hit Seer though with the ults they do indeed have. I mean, they might as well pop one and then maybe save the other one for post. I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do, especially with KJ. Maybe KJ to take side and Breach for post plant. What do you think?
The way I see it, either way they need to use it this round. Whatever they've got, they need to use it this round. They're not gonna carry it over on the flip side.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a question of how much value they're gonna get out of it. If you're the defense, you wanna try your best to wait for them to plant and then just take the space back. But at the same time, Sinag has done such a good job of taking the space before TZA could even set up. And with them forcing the rotate onto C, and Vert being the only one on A hearing all this go down, how much more time do they have to set up?
Caution here.
It might be
They're kind of stalling on A though.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, no, look at that. Daniela has all this space. They could just drop the spike and have Mitsu pick it up with the from the shadows.
Beautiful B rotate here though. They kind of expect it, but they can't really do anything about it. They're gonna sit there and play. They're gonna sit back and play a retake. But I'm surprised we haven't seen any ults fly out. They kind of just let them. Oh, there you go. We have a KJL indeed. They have a They also just popped Breach ult.
Thunder coming through. Daniela with a good timing with B, picking up one and then kind of backing up after eliminating the lockdown. And even though Oki does get one, Nina and Mitsugaga will be picking up the eliminations needed to close out this round. They've got the From the Shadows, they've got the Steel Garden. Nina is not too keen on using the Steel Garden, they want to fight! And Mitsugaga around the corner, spamming the KJ from behind. And now we are at a 6-6.
Switching sides.
You know, speaking of just that last round there, I don't think that they got enough value out of both of those ults. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Now they did end up while both ults were being ongoing, they did end up making it 3-3. But I feel like when you have a KJ and Breach ult, there shouldn't be even numbers. Y'all should easily be in the advantage. I feel like they might have popped it a little too early or too late. I don't know. I just don't think they got the maximum quality out of their Breach and KJ ult there. Especially if they lost the round too, of course. I don't think. What did they have an ult on the other side? On the opposite side, did they pop any ults?
I mean, no, they didn't need to. I honestly thought the plan was to use the Mitsu's From the Shadows to grab the spike and flip C, but it seems like the plan was to go B all along.
Speaking of
nice
Mitsu,
double headshot onto Mitsu to start us off. Yeah, no, kind of the wrong way to bring up Mitsu, but Vice utility to stall them out. Isolating strike 1v1 on the site. Kind of a mini ISO ultimate there for Nina to get their first pick. Both Sentinels with both first bloods for either side. Now the plant will come through and the rest of Sinag will be funneling towards stairs to initiate this retake. Salvo coming through from Silver, who will go up the wire to try to contest Nina here on this corner. Vert will be picking up one onto Tamira as well. Numbers start dwindling. Dom's picking up one, equalizing it at a 2v2, and the second onto onto no one as well. Doms is on a little bit of a tear. Can he steady the last elimination? He can't, but Daniela, a safe pair of hands for Sinag it seems, picking up an elimination in this round, and the 7th will go their way. The advantage is now with Sinag's defense.
And from the side of Sinag, I think Daniela, absolutely. If you would press tab here, amazing game by them. And even the scoreboard might not tell the whole story, but their impact with their util and just their actual frags too have been really a game changer for Sinag here.
I think Daniela is kind of pulling everyone's weight in terms of eliminations, but yeah, you can't count out the utility and team play. Like it's definitely a huge part of every single game, such as Valorant. That information on the strikers alone on the site is so good. Still though, Mitsu a bit of a whiff there with the Spectre, kind of betraying him. Dom's though good for the trade. Wall trip as well, isolating Vert on the site, but the stun coming through for the cover to try to keep him safe, and the jump throw of the Nano Swarm as well to keep Nina at bay as much as possible. Vert will ultimately fall. Nina again around this corner trying to make the fights work in their favor. And Tamira and Daniela chiming in at the very last second, picking up one each, and all of a sudden, it's an 8-6 scoreline in favor of Sinag. Again, I think we're seeing a small replay of Haven, where they're winning 2 rounds in a row, and potentially the next one. But once again, considering it was only pistol and anti-eco, you really can't count out the first buy. I say this every single game I cast. The first buy generally determines the outcome of the rest of the half. And the way Timez handle this is absolutely like crucial. They hear all that noise towards A. They see the Haunt spawning them towards attacker spawn, and they will very gladly give up the space and shift their focus towards C, where Nina is laying in wait with the shear online, the thorns on the ground, the flash as well available. Triggering the wall is Silver isolated on the side. The flash is good, but still though not spotting anyone. Opting to tuck into Ben. Still the headshot does go their way. Vert around the corner. Nina, look behind you. Will unfortunately lose out to Vert, and the spike will be planted for the time being.
They don't know Doms is in here though.
Through with just a sheriff, both fault lines coming out. Oki almost letting him slip by, but still they're forced to reveal their position.
Oh my god.
Picking up 3 though. Not expecting them around this corner, and Mitsu will stop the bleeding. Will be able to claim a Phantom as a consolation prize, but it's a 1v2 situation. Forced to unpack the rest of the site. No one around this corner, immediately receiving that frag. And the 7th round, the momentum shift will not take effect this game.
Leave it to me. I'll rough them up.
The round was just like so much in Sinag's favor there after the kills on site happened. But with Oki just with the 3K, with the 4K, 3K, absolutely turning it around for TCA. 7-8. Let's see what they decide to do here. Of course, the common take rubble space, as every team does. Very good play.
To the attacker's benefit, they are flushing out a lot of utility. And with all that information in mind, they will pivot to C once again. But it doesn't seem like they're committing. They just wanted to make them think that they just ran all the way from A to C. And with a minute left on the clock, they're going to start to walk slowly back to A. Even though Daniela will be posted on Rubble, I think that Timez is going to actually make sure to clear that position, because they know for a fact, based on games played time and time again on this map, someone is always there. Still though, the fault line is primed, and the stun lands onto at least 2 of the players. Silver caught around this corner with the stun, and Tamira picking up 1, picking up 2,
Spike down.
trading out Daniela. An economically favorable
One
trade.
enemy remaining.
And Nina as well trading out Mitsugaga.
TZA Strike will not be able to fight back into this round, and it's all up to Vert in a 1v3 situation.
Watching here.
Now, Tamira is very low, and he does have 12 seconds left. Even though the Vice Util is still up, no one is near the site except for Doms. And I mean, Doms pretty much sealed it. That damage is so disgusting through the wall. As soon as Vert pops his head, Doms will smack him away. And the 9th round goes the way of Sinag.
Actually, no, not 8 here. 7-9 here. Sinag, I feel like TCA, they string a couple of rounds together and then they just lose it. I don't know, like, it's not exactly, but it's kind of the same story of last map. They get a good streak going and then Sinag just eventually overcome them, and that's what seems to be happening here.
I said this in the previous map as well. It's like they're just more comfortable defending on the attacker sided map. It's hard to process, but like that's exactly what's happening. TZA's attack is it's so disjointed to the point where Sinag are just able to like pick them off one by one based off of like individual heroics alone. They didn't even like do like a counter strat or like a counterplay to anything. They're just winning off of frags alone.
Maybe it's the IGO.
Flash out. Concussing.
Nightfall coming through from the defense on this retake, missing a lot of these players. Fault line still coming through. Tamira picking up one. Paranoia coming through as well. Daniela with one themselves. Armageddon coming through from the enemy. Teho Oki will fall as well. Even though Silver does stall out the defuse for a little bit and hits a headshot onto Daniela. How much more can he do? Doms around this corner with a measly 8 health. Still carrying that to the finish line. And Swift headshot will announce that Sinag has won a 10th round on Lotus.
From the side of TCA there, I don't know if using that ult on that save round and on that big of a numbers difference was the best idea for them. I feel like the round was really low possibility to win, even with the Armageddon pop there, right? And they were on a save round too, which rule of thumb or unwritten rule, you usually never want to use an ult on save round unless you really know, like, I can win that round. So
now the focus from the defense on A is a little bit misplaced. Timez ambush will gladly take advantage of an empty C site. Still though, they don't know that it was completely empty. They did have to invest 2 ultimates to get in here. And they weren't met with a lot of contest. If you're the, oh my god, even the Cosmic Divide on top. If you're the defense, you're happy they're using a lot of this utility. But like if you're Timez ambush, you're locked in, you're trying to get around. And if you have to use the necessary resources to do so, then by god they will. No one picking up an elimination onto Tamira with the aftershock. Dom's picking up one, following up off of the Rolling Thunder and the Steel Garden. But still though, the rest of these players are all in the defending spawn. No one picking up 3, and Strike and Oki with 1 each. Yeah. And a heavy investment of ultimates works out because the defense also invested a lot of ultimates, not knowing that they were all posted in the defending spawn. And then 8th round will go TZA's way.
So, analyzing that round really quickly, I feel like if Sinag would have tried to go post plant or played a little less aggressive there, I feel like they might come out with that round. I don't know if you noticed, but they got really aggressive. And that's kind of how they died. They kind of walked into the defenders there, and kind of just gave up the space that they had. And I don't know, was it planning for a mount or not? Even then, though, I feel like playing post plant.
Honestly, yeah, no, I didn't pay attention to the plant, admittedly. Still, like, the round happened so fast, it doesn't even matter.
Mitsu though, behind this box. I love playing this box, by
Look
the
at
way.
them. Back to back. They don't know that the other is around the corner. Mitsugaga's smoke sound cue might give him away, though. I think Oki heard that. Oki definitely heard that.
Okay, good.
Surely Oki heard that. Yup, checking out. Wait! Oh my god, Mitsu getting away with a crime. Oki will fall.
Highway robbery.
Advantage falling in favor of the defense all of a sudden. Yeah,
Seems like,
and I mean he will take that Phantom all the way over to C side.
Out of charges.
Rocket coming through from Vert to clear out some space. No elimination will be found. The Boombot though tagging onto Doms and pull it through the smoke as well, landing in his stomach.
Spike planted.
TZA will be allowed to plant the spike. Hopefully not for long. Nina picks up one. Getting back into this round, the From the Shadows being consumed, immediately cleared out by TZA. Information given away. No one, and Vert picking up one each, but Mitsu with one of his own. And now we're in a 2v3 in favor of the defense. Strike will be picking up Doms. Mitsu around this corner, could be good for one. Both of them running out of bullets, forced to reload, but Vert still good for both eliminations. It's a 9-10 scoreline in favor of Sinag still.
TZA fighting back here. Are we gonna see the overtime?
Probably.
You know,
honestly, I'm.
These teams are. I feel like, though a lot of times we see, things kind of go one-sided here and there. I feel like base level though, I feel like these teams are really evenly balanced. And I feel like that makes this game really just more interesting.
No, 1000%. Sorry, excuse the technical difficulties here. Going straight back into this.
Caution here.
We've got a 3-2 split.
Caution here.
Two players just making noise towards C, kind of signifying that they want to focus on C. And the Vice utility is still set up here. Isolating Bird. The flash is good. Nina showing some Vice mastery here. That setup is so good. And I mean, I believe it was Kyo who said it, you know? Like, he loved playing Vice because he loved just using all his utility to just kill one person. And Nina is doing that, like, exemplifying that almost. Aftershock coming through, will be picking them up around the corner, unfortunately. Not quite able to jump away. No one though falling at the same time, and Strike holding just outside the smoke. I don't think Tamira is ready for this. And they will be calling that out. They will be calling out the player towards Heaven. Nightfall used for good measure to detect this Astra. Strike forced to drop to try to stall out the defuse. The shot onto Daniela is so good, but the half has been secured, and Doms will get it all the way.
Save the day.
I feel like they could have. I feel like the diffuser there maybe couldn't have died there. I feel like the cover was a little bit lackluster, but ultimately they came out on top. 9-11.
They probably. Oh my god. They probably.
Oh wait.
They probably might have.
Oh,
not,
sorry.
They probably might have not called out that Strike was Heaven. I don't think Tamira. Tamira couldn't have known that they died from Heaven. You know, because they had their back turned. So maybe you know, using Nightfall to make sure that like that person didn't go to drop or anything. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what Doms was expecting. Doms was expecting drop, which is why he was all the way tree. So yes, as you said, the cover was not the best. Ultimately coming out on top in the end. At the end of the day, you know, it's whatever team secures the most eliminations. A bit uncomfortable for Daniela around the corner. Able to steady the shots with the Bucky onto Vert, and the isolation as well from the Vice Shear is good. Tamira with the classic as well.
The classic.
Two pistols picking up eliminations so far this round, and the advantage is theirs. The only thing TZA have going on for them is the rifles. Nina and Doms do have one each, but they have to plant the spike and hold it. They still have Sinag still have bodies to throw at them. is made from all avenues. Silver, good for one, but Nina with the trade. And it's just up to the two players on the side. The flashpoint is so good. Vice flash as well. And Tumira, again, putting this classic to work, nearly grabbing a third elimination. But Nina with the last one. And Tumira's the MVP there. Hitting those long range, well, hitting that first long range kill with the classic, and up close, literally just the free gun, buying them back into this round.
9-12 here.
Match point. Their
Are you,
spirits
do you think Sinag is gonna
Ten
close it out?
rest.
They do indeed have Visualize online. If you would press tab really quickly, I can see what else should they invest into. So like I said, they have Visualize. They are one off of Razor, which could be a real game changer. They also are two ults off of Daniela's. Pretty decently close for everybody's ult except for Dom's. Obviously since he just popped his, but let's see if they can close this round out. Maybe they go C, pick up orb, and instant rush light with Rizzo. We'll see how they plan to play out this last round.
You
Well,
say
hopefully
last
last round
round.
on this round.
Yeah, no, you say last round, but like, it might be OT. It might be OT again. I think
Yeah.
Times is going to win. Times is either gonna win 2 more, and it's gonna be 11-13 again, or they're gonna take us to OT.
To be honest, I really don't know who, because like I said when you were muted, these teams are really evenly matched, so it's about who makes the better plays that round. Overall though, these teams are skill level wise and teamwork wise nearly around the same point, which is why these games are so close.
I agree.
So
Launching thorn.
I wanna give
Thorn trap.
Sinag.
Launching thorn.
Honestly, you can always give Sinag the credit for like their individual plays, individual heroics. Times have way better protocols on defense. I just feel like the same isn't shown on attack. Inside the smoke is Mitsugaga trying to make a heroic play as mentioned, as promised.
oh my god, but me too though. Without making that heroic play, the damage that they got out of that out of the judge just allowed them to kind of really just spray this book and pick up a couple of kills. They're actually gonna spray the corner too.
Okay.
Timur picking up the kill on Silver.
Armageddon
Try
invested
getting
to get him the space, but Tamir with the cover. The primaries of the attacking side have been jammed. Mitsugaga around this corner with the judge nearly actually going for the hero play once again,
One
trying
enemy
so hard to be the hero. Like I don't know what it is with this Omen. And look at that. Showstopper popped.
Okay, done.
Elimination
Defenders
secured.
win.
13-9. Sinag will be moving on in the lower bracket, and Times Ambush, you're out of here. The first team to be eliminated from Visualize Vanguard Season 1.
Indeed.
Yeah, no, nothing else to say other than good job to Sinag for keeping great protocol, or not keeping great protocols. Good job to Sinag for staying resilient. Good job to Sinag for like just being able to secure eliminations, secure frags, make plays, take space. I want to shout out Nina specifically for playing the Sentinel lurk role so well. Every single round committing to a flank no matter what. And I think that is, combined with the fact that they were the better team this day, did contribute to their victory. I want to congratulate Times though, I want to commend Times though for showing great protocols on defense, both maps. Unfortunately, attack being their ultimate downfall, and it just feels like they could have done way better on attack. Honestly, other than that, enough said. I think unless you had anything else to say, Sora, we're good to just set up for our next match here in Group B.
Nope, I completely agree with what you just said.
All right, well, stay tuned, chat. We will be back very shortly after a short intermission as we get things together for the next match. Don't go anywhere. Remember to tell all your friends, twitch.tv/esportsvisualize for all these exciting games, and we'll be seeing you in a little bit.